What is that? You can leave me. It's not like you're gonna get that way up ahead of me. Oh, yeah. Okay. If I jog, my fan is gonna go crazy. Little nugget, my fan. You know that'll be next. Uh, they'll have a fan, but they were supposed to have the phone on their neck. Next will be the fan. That's a new puppy. No, they just got it. Hello, Drip Kid 40. Happy Monday to you. How are you? We're just walking. We're walking and talking. We're walking and talking. We're walking and talking as we do at least 5 days a week. At least 5 days a week. That's what we've been doing for well over a year now. So thank you for saying hello. I hope and pray that you look at the legs move. I hope you're motivated by the legs moving. If you have not moved for 30 minutes today consistently, I hope you're looking at the legs moving motivates you to get up and move. Move. Keep moving your legs for at least 30 minutes. Walk around your house, walk around your yard, walk around your neighborhood, walk at the park, okay? Walk at the mall, walk at the strip mall. And you don't just have to walk, okay? You can walk, you can skip, you can jog, you can run. There are a plethora of things you can do. You can go swimming, you can skate. Put on those knee pads, those shoulder pads, those hip pads, those elbow pads, and go skating, okay? You can play games. You can run back and forth and play some tag football in the yard, okay? You can jump rope. You can ride your bicycle outside. You can ride your stationary bike. You can get on your treadmill. You can get on your elliptical, your stepper. You can do all of those things. You can get up and dance, okay? Just make sure that you're moving consistently for 30 minutes, at least 30 minutes. If you can't do that, or if you need to work up to that, that's okay. That's okay. But if you can and you know that you can, do it. And as always, before starting or restarting any exercise regimen, routine, or just implementing any exercise plan, always check with your healthcare provider, be it your general practitioner, your certified registered nurse practitioner, okay? Your physician's assistant, your nutritionist, he'll help you as well when it comes to the diet part. Your physical therapist, your occupational therapist. Okay, there is a difference between physical and occupational. There is. They can help you. It is a team effort. Look at them as they're holding hands in a circle, and you are the nucleus. Look at the circle as an atom, and you are the nucleus. Okay? So when they come up with these plans for you, work on the plans. Try them, okay? You got to get started somewhere. If it feels like it's too much, go back, reassess. They'll reassess the plan, let them know how you're feeling. They can reevaluate some things and modify the plan. Okay, modify the plan. Hi Betty, happy retirement days. Welcome into the chat. It's getting darker earlier, so it might seem like I'm a little bit later, but no, it's just getting darker earlier, a little bit. So what? This is July. We're rounding the corner to the end of July. So I'll say it'll get darker maybe about an hour or so on its own before we fall back in November. I think it's the first weekend in November. So it seems a little darker sometimes. Well, it is a little darker. It is a little darker. I hope you're doing well, Betty. I hope you're over there cooking up a storm or doing something. You're always doing something constructive. You're cooking up something good to eat, especially your desserts. Your desserts are wonderful. Or you're working in the yard. So I hope that you look at that. Now I passed by this mushroom yesterday. Mushrooms are so funny. See that one right there? That's well, it's not doing too well. Okay, it's not doing too well. But then there's that one, and that one wasn't there a couple of days ago. It wasn't there a couple of days ago. Hi, Joshua. How are you? Welcome into the chat. Nice to have you. It wasn't there a couple of days ago, but at least you got some new ones. That's a pretty truck. You're doing good. I'm glad to hear that. Oh, that looks like a little birdie. I'm glad to hear that, Joshua. I'm glad that you're doing good. And again, if you come across this video is a walking and talking video. We do this at least 5 days a week, most weeks. Okay? Been doing it a long time. Didn't need any motivation from anybody. It's a lifestyle. Okay? Didn't need any motivation from anybody. It's a lifestyle. It's something that I do for health. Your health is your wealth. So at the end of the day, regardless of what your goal is, if you can get up and you can move consistently 7 days a week, but for those who want to take a break, at least strive for 5. Hopefully this will allow you to feel better physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. Physically, spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. Okay? Walk it out. Walk and talk. We're going to walk and talk. If you can walk and talk, that is great. If you cannot talk as you walk, that's fine too. That is good too. Everybody won't be able to do it. Everybody doesn't want to do it. Okay, some people like to focus. They like to focus on getting the job done. And again, before starting, and for those who have exercised before but haven't done so in a long time, so you're restarting. Always consult your primary healthcare provider, be it your general practitioner, which is your physician, okay, nurse practitioner, physician's assistant, and any specialty doctors that you may go to. They need to be in on the loop as well. Any specialty doctors that you go to, they need to be in on the plan as well. Think of all those people as pieces of the puzzle, okay? Like I like to think of it as an atom. Let them lock arms and create a circle, forming an atom, and you are the nucleus. I am the nucleus, you are the nucleus, and believe it or not, each one of those people, they're the nucleus of an atom as well. They are as well. So get your pen and paper, parrot 1 and parrot 2. I know y'all lurking. Get your pen and paper. Go adjust your about section. Go adjust your about section. Zamina, is that your name, Zamina? Hi, Zamina. Welcome into the chat. Nice to see you. Welcome, Zamina. Welcome, Josh. Welcome, well, I'll say Joshua, because that's your name. I don't know if you want to be called Josh. Welcome, Zamina. Welcome, Joshua. I hope I'm saying your name correctly, Zamina. Welcome, Betty from Retirement Days. And what was that? Drip Kid 40? Drip Kid 40. Welcome in. Thank you guys for coming to the chat. I appreciate you. Thank you to each and every person who happens to come across this live. You can give it a thumbs up, or you don't have to. I don't fuss about that. I work, okay? So I don't fuss about that. I'm not going to beat you guys up about that and hammer that in. I will let you know that a thumbs up is appreciated, okay? It is a way to support. But also, subscribing is a way to support if you haven't subscribed. Once you subscribe, another way to support is to tap that notification bell so that you'll be notified every time I go live, upload a short or a video. Which over here, I usually go live upload shorts, and every now and again a video, but not so much the videos because I like going live and engaging. Okay, I don't do this to try to survive or make money, and I don't do it to follow behind anybody else. I do this because it's wonderful, it's enjoyable, and I like to drop nuggets. Okay, I like to drop nuggets about different things like exercising, health, fitness, and whatever else we decide to talk about over here, as long as it's positive, good positive vibes, because things can be positive, right? But the vibes may not always be positive. So get rid of the negative vibes, embrace the positive vibes, and go from there. So hopefully you'll be in a good place. We can be in a good place. Thank you so much. Let me stop. Vasily, is it Vasil? Is it Vasil? Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate the kind words, and I appreciate you being in the chat. So again, people, this is Lion's Pride. Let's walk and talk. If you can, that is good. That's great, actually. If you can't, that's good too. So if you can, that's great. If you can't, that's good. Because some people need to build up that stamina. If you hear someone talking while they're walking and they sound winded, that's okay. You're walking, okay? You're walking. You're moving your arms as well as your legs. So you're not just you're not going to just talk as if you're stationary. You're not going to sound like that, okay? You're going to sound a little winded. As long as it's not too much for you, that's okay. If it feels like it's too much, slow down or don't talk as much. Don't talk as much. It is great to be able to talk on your treadmill, on your bike, as you walk. But if you can't, that is okay. That is okay. The most important part is that you are moving. You're moving. You're moving your body. We want to move the body, work the body, make sure we don't hurt the body. Okay? So we want to move it, work it, but don't hurt it. That's why it is so important that you get your regular checkups, okay? Because you can be out here exercising and still not really meeting what you need to meet as far as like your health, meeting the requirements that you need to meet. You know, you don't want to overdo it. Overdoing it is a no-no. Just like you don't want to underperform, you don't want to overperform as well. Thank you. Thank you, Zamina. If I pronounce your name incorrectly, I am sorry. That is not my intention, okay? It is not my intention. Each name that I see in this chat is very unique, very nice, and they're pretty names. So I would like to get them right. But if I didn't, I apologize, and I will work on it. I will work on it. I will definitely work on it. I hope that you guys have had a great start to your week. Of course, Sunday is the beginning of the week, the official beginning. Day one. Monday is the official beginning of the work week. So for those of you who work, I hope you had a great first day at work. For those of you who go to school, I hope that your time in school was good today. A lot of you guys are still out of school right now. So unless you're in summer school or something like that. So if you are, I hope you had a great day at school. I don't know if that's winding down for some people because I think school starts back like early August. So if you were in summer session, if you're in the summer session, I think it's probably winding down. So if it's winding down, I hope that you did great on your exams. I hope you did great during the semester. I hope you did great on your exams. And again, thank you for coming over here in Lion's Pride as we walk and talk, as we do every day. Nothing new, nothing new, nothing new, no trend. It's lifestyle. No trend over here, it's a lifestyle. If you can't walk fast or briskly, that's fine too. I always suggest a brisk walk. We want to make it count, right? We want to definitely make it count. But if for some reason you're limited, that is okay. You're still moving. If you're limited in your movement, that's fine. Still walk, still move, okay? Still walk, still move. That is the purpose of consulting your primary healthcare provider. Because even when you're limited, guess what? I don't know a doctor, a nurse practitioner, or a physician's assistant who doesn't want their patients to move. You know, even when the movement is limited, they'll just modify. They'll just modify. It has been so much cooler. I hope that wherever you guys are, it feels good. I hope that you've been getting a break from the sun, from the heat. You know, not even so much the sun, but the heat. Oh my goodness, there's more mushrooms. They're tiny, so we'll see what they look like tomorrow. We'll see what those look like tomorrow. I thought I thought mushroom season was over. I have a couple of pear trees, guys, and I have a garden. Now my pear trees, you don't have to do much for those. I take care of those. We just wait for them to bear fruit. And I noticed today, I have been meaning to check my trees. They're so far in the back of the yard. I haven't checked them. So I was meaning to check my pear trees. Check them today, and we got good, round, solid pears. Okay? So, like I said in a shorts video, I don't have to purchase them from the store. I don't have to purchase them from the local farmer's market because I have them in my backyard. And I will be so glad when collard green season is upon us. Because I can deal with the trees and I can deal with the bananas. Sometimes I'll grow bananas and like lemons. I'll do that sometimes. But the rest of it, I let the family do the rest of it. I let the family do the rest of it in the garden. And I just check on it. I go get greens out of it. Turnip greens, collard greens, kale. We'll grow kale. Corn. We'll grow corn. And so it's nice to be able to grow. But the thing about having a family garden is that the veggies get gone quick. The veggies get gone quick because everybody's trying to, you know, utilize the garden. Everybody's trying to pick from the garden. That is the whole purpose. And so we do that. We get okra, tomatoes. Tomatoes have done really well this year. And I was so excited about the pear tree because last season, the pear trees didn't bear any fruit. They tried, and that's so funny. Fruit trees can be so finicky. Just because it's their season to bear fruit, it doesn't always mean that they're going to bear fruit. So when they do, I'm very happy. And today, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. So you can go to the channel, and look at my pears. Look at my pears. The trees are doing great this time of year. I mean, this particular year, because last year they didn't. Year before, they did good. Last year, not so much. The pears were really small. There weren't many. And so I walked all the way back there today. And oh my gosh, pears were on the ground. I was so mad with myself. I was so mad with myself because my backyard is long. So so unless we're like doing yard work, I really don't pay attention to my pear trees. But it crossed my mind because I knew this was their season to grow. So today I just walked back there and voila, there they were. So I'm so happy about that. The more you grow, the less you have to purchase from your local grocery store. or your local farmers market. Now, that being said, I do suggest that if there's a farmers market in your area, please, please support your local farmers market. Those farmers, they do a lot of work. They put a lot into growing their gardens. They put a lot into, trying to have naturally grown fruits and veggies for the community. So if you do have a farmers market, if your area does have a farmers market once or twice a week that they come out, please, please, please support your local farmers market, okay? And any of the other vendors that come out. Because oftentimes there are people there selling a plethora of things. A plethora of things. And thank you guys for the thumbs up. I appreciate you. Hey, Rock. Thanks for motivating us another. Yes, thank you, Rock. Rock, I appreciate you coming in here. Thank you for coming in. Rock, I don't know if you heard me, but girl, I just had a fit because I saw pears on my pear trees. I just had a fit because I saw pears on my pear trees. Thank you, Rock. Make sure you thumbs up the live, everyone. I would greatly appreciate it. Y'all know I don't fuss about the thumbs up, but I do appreciate them. It motivates us as content creators, okay? And y'all know why I don't fuss at y'all about it is because sometimes y'all leave. Don't do that. Just thumbs it up. Give us a thumbs up, okay? We appreciate them. We're grateful for them. When we see the numbers come in, we ask for a thumbs up because we're glad that you're here. And even YouTube has made it easier. Just double tap the screen. If you're on your mobile device, just double tap the screen. Rock, yes. Oh my gosh, Rock, I was so happy. And you're probably saying like, girl, why are you there? Because Rock, last year, they didn't do well at all. They didn't do well at all. I was so disappointed. It's usually around July, like the end of June sometimes, but usually like beginning, middle of July. And we're on it. We're actually right in the middle of July. We're about to turn the corner to the end. But so it's the right time. Usually around this time, they are full grown. But I was disappointed last year, so my backyard is kind of long. So I do work closer to the house. The men have to go in the back part. And you know how sometimes men are. They don't say anything. Girl, they could have been out there doing yard work and eating the pears and everything. Me too. Oh my gosh. I grabbed, and they're big. I think that's why I'm so happy. Like year before last, they did okay. I have 2 pear trees, and one of them is a lot smaller than the other one, and I don't know. I didn't plant them. They were just there years ago when I moved into the house. Decided that was the house I wanted to move in. Look, they were there, and I was not mad at it. I was not mad at it. And so there's always been this one big one. And then actually today, I looked to my right, and my daughter was like, Mama, I see a big pear over there. And I was like, what? Yes, yep, exactly right, yep. I've tried strawberries, but was a fail. Keep trying, Rock. Sometimes, I don't know why. Sometimes and then a lot of times when it fails, it's nothing you did wrong. Like I've talked to people before, and they was like, well, it seems like you did everything right. Unless it's something that I wasn't aware of that I did wrong. But like I was saying earlier in this live, my family, my brother does the garden, like, because I can't handle he does the collard greens, the turnip greens, the mustard greens, okra, tomatoes, what else is out there? Corn, collards, mustards, turnips, okra, tomatoes, potatoes, watermelon. So he does those. I really don't even know. I know like this is the season for pears and this is the season for tomatoes. But the other stuff, Rock, I'm so bad about it. I don't even keep up with like when they should be coming in. like I know collard greens won't be until like a little bit later this year. Now you can get them in the grocery store because they've gotten them from other places. But like, he keeps telling me, girl, I told you the collard greens not going to be ready till, I think he said like maybe late September, maybe. I never keep up with when which fruit and veggie is supposed to, bloom or grow. But I remember the pear trees because I have to walk back so far to get them. You about to eat tomatoes tonight? I love tomatoes. I remember I never disliked tomatoes. There was a time where I wasn't so fond of them. So I never disliked tomatoes. But I find now that I'm more fond of tomatoes than I used to be. So I never disliked tomatoes. But I really love them now, especially green tomatoes. Now I like both. I like green tomatoes, red tomatoes. I like cherry tomatoes, grape tomatoes. I like all of them. I like all of them. So now I got to figure out what all I'm going to do with my pears. I got to let some of the family and friends know that there are pears on the tree. I got to let them know. So yeah, I was real giddy about that earlier. I was real giddy about that. And I think it was because I was so disappointed. Last July, I went out there thinking there would be some pears. Girl, I tell y'all, it was maybe 10 pears, maybe a little bit more. But the thing about it was they were so small, they were tiny, and a couple of them were going bad. They were rotting. So it didn't do good last year. They didn't do good last year. But this year, a different story. This year was a different story. And something just told me, because like I said, I thought I was going to do it a week or so ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. And I was like, I'll walk back there. I kept putting it off and putting it off. So today, I was off. I walked back there. And oh my goodness, that was a pleasant surprise. Like you said, right, that was a pleasant, sweet surprise. Rock says, oh, I'm happy for you. Enjoy your pears. Thank you, Rock. Thank you. There's so much you can do with them. Y'all hear those dogs? Girl, you have to be careful around here. Like I was saying yesterday, people, they're pretty good around here about keeping their dogs in check and keep them on a leash. Now, there's a little bitty dog that always runs to the street. And his owner is always out there. He's always running to the street. But I've gotten used to him. I've been seeing him for like a year. He gets to the end of the street. A little dog with a big bark. But let me tell you, all of them have a big bite, if you ask me. All of them have a big bite, okay? All of them have a big bite. Because the little dogs, their bites hurt just as bad. And the thing about them, their mouths are little. So they can do a lot of little biting. They can do a lot of little biting. They can do just as much damage. Whereas a big dog can do a big bite. Yeah, a little one, he can do a lot of little biting. So it's like I've been hearing them. When I hear them bark now, I pay a little bit more attention than I normally would. Because a couple of days ago, I saw two huge dogs walking. They had tags on. And then I saw the owner just standing on his porch. And I was like, okay, play if you want to, because I don't play. I do not play about these dogs. I don't. The little bitty ones, you don't want to hurt any animal, and that is not your goal. That is not your intention. So owners, it is on you. Keep your pets in check. Keep your pets in check. They're beautiful. I see, there's one man that I see often. He's walking like 4 dogs. And I'm like, if he can get out and he can walk all 4 of his dogs at one time, then young people, what are you doing? Get out and walk your dogs. Because basically that's what that guy was doing. He was letting his dog walk themselves. So yeah, gotta be real careful. You just want to walk in the neighborhood and get a good walk in. I've done my exercise. I've actually cooled down, but you guys know I do a second cool down on the live. That's an opportunity to come on live and to just motivate people to look at the legs move, okay? Look at the legs move. We want to encourage you to move your legs at least 30 minutes, 5 days a week, okay? 5 days a week. And there's nothing wrong with 7 days a week. There is nothing wrong with 7 days a week. But for those who are under time constraints, 5 is a good number to aim for. So even if you skip a day or two, at least you've done 3. Okay? At least you've done 3. At least you've done 3. And if you set your mind to do 30 minutes, hopefully you'll do your 30 and maybe even go longer. But if for some reason you can't do 15 to 20, my recommendation is 30. I'm strict about that 30 or more, because we do so many things during the day, right? Like watching TV, being on social media, and we do those things for hours, right? Well, do 30 minutes of exercise, cardiovascular activity. Give yourself a mental break and give yourself a physical jump start. Give yourself a mental break while giving yourself a physical jump start. Okay? Everyone has different goals. And then in cardio, you can do different types of cardio. And when I say different types, I don't just mean like the walking, the jogging, the skipping and stuff. You can do LISS cardio, you can do HIIT cardio. Okay? If you're going to do HIIT cardio, your body is going to burn more of those glycogen stores, that sugar. Okay? You want to do LISS cardio, low intensity, more low intensity. Okay? Maybe 50 to 85% of your target. But that HIIT, you're going to get those spurts in. You're going to get those spurts of exercise in. And, try to burn those calories, especially if weight loss is your goal. Especially if weight loss is your goal. But if you aren't into the HIIT and the LISS, and you just want to do just regular cardiovascular activity, just keep moving. Keep moving. Figure out what your maximum heart rate is. From there, you can figure out your target heart rate. And then you can figure out how fast your heart needs to be beating. And that helps you, to lose your calories. You figure out how fast your heart rate needs to be. And as always, we don't professionally, medically, or clinically assess, diagnose, treat, evaluate, or follow up with anybody. We just drop nuggets, okay? Take these nuggets that we drop. Sometimes people in the chat drop nuggets. Sometimes I drop nuggets. Sometimes the nuggets may work for you, sometimes not. Sometimes you can take those nuggets and pass them along to your other family and friends, your co-workers, your church members, the person in the Walmart grocery store line, your classmate, any of your peers, okay? And maybe those nuggets will work for them. But when you're using these nuggets, unless they're really, really, really light and mild nuggets, always contact your primary health care provider. All right? We've been saying that for over a year. We're going to continue to say that because it wasn't something we just picked up or happened to hear. It's something that we know. Okay? And we want you guys to know to do it. And get your regular checkups. Okay? That's why I say you got to contact your primary health care provider. You got to contact, if you've ever had injuries before, talk with him so that he'll also consult maybe with your physical therapist, your occupational therapist. If you don't have a current physical or occupational therapist, maybe the doctor will say, well, okay, you had this injury, let me send you over to him. Like I say, they're arm in arm, okay? Think of them as being a circle, an atom, and you're the nucleus of the atom, okay? You're the nucleus of the atom. Let them know how you feel and be honest. Be as honest as you possibly can. There are so many people out here trying to keep up with other people, trying to do the things that other people do, not knowing what conditions those people have, not knowing if those people are in perfect shape or near perfect shape, not knowing, if those people are focusing on a particular exercise because they've had a particular injury, if they're going at a particular intensity because that's what they've been prescribed to do. So they're just trying to latch on to what somebody else is doing. You need to formulate with the help of your healthcare team, formulate your own pattern, okay? And again, I don't know one doctor that will tell you not to move unless there is a physical reason, unless there is a physical reason. And if there is, he's probably still going to find a way to modify, and to do it, whatever it is that you're doing, in moderation. But if you're generally healthy, you get up, you go to work every day, you're talking to him about it, you're talking to her about it, they're going to tell you to work those muscles, work those muscle groups, okay? Not just cardiovascular activity. Do your weight training, do your resistance training. The stronger you are, the longer you'll be able to do your cardio. The stronger those muscles are, the longer you'll be able to do your cardio, okay? And muscle burns more calories than fat. Muscle burns more calories than fat, okay? So, indirectly, muscles affect your ability to lose weight, right? Not so indirectly. Not so indirectly. How y'all doing? All right. So, not so indirectly. It's not always so indirectly. Honestly, it's directly. The more toned you are, the more muscle mass that you have, the more calories your body will be able to burn. If you're working your body, okay? Working your body, making sure you don't hurt your body. Muscle is heavier than fat. So don't be discouraged if the scale isn't looking like you want it to look, okay? Muscle is heavier than fat, okay? A pound of muscle is heavier than a pound of fat. But muscle looks better. Muscle looks better. Thank you guys for the 8 likes. I appreciate that. I appreciate you. You are appreciated. As content creators, we need to, I don't know about everybody, but I often say, and I will continue to say, you are appreciated. Okay? You guys make up the live. I make up the live. Together, we make the live successful. It doesn't matter if it's 1 of you, 10 of you, 2 of you, 20 of you. It doesn't matter if nobody is in at a given point in time. Because if I'm on here long enough, somebody comes through and they don't have to give a like, they don't have to leave a comment. But hopefully they will hear something that will motivate them to keep going. And it's not with just exercise, with whatever it is that you have going on in life. Hopefully you'll hear something positive over here. Now, that being said, do we like a little drama? Yes, as a content creator, I watch all kinds of stuff. But I don't like drama in the chats. When it's funny kind of, and it goes only so far, it's funny. But when the problem with that is sometimes people go too far. People go too far, and people do too much. People do too much. So when you're out here and about, and you're looking at different channels, and you're looking at the content, enjoy whatever type of content you like. Family channels, exercise channels, sports channels, drama channels, okay? Because it's just like when you're watching TV, you're going to the movies. But when it gets to be too much, remove yourself from the situation, okay? Or the situations. Because sometimes that old devil comes in 3 or 4 different phases. It comes in those that you think you know. It comes in those that you barely know. And it comes just out of the blue. And a lot of times it loves those darts that the devil throws. They love to start coming at the same time. Some of them are friendly, a friendly face at least, a friendly tone, until they get ready to strike. Okay? Like snakes. So, wherever you go, protect your peace, protect your mental, protect your emotional, and protect your physical. Because you don't want to be somewhere so stressed or upset that your blood pressure is up for no good reason. Okay? No good reason. A lot of people have to deal with hypertension already due to genetics. Maybe a little bit due to how they eat. And even if no one in their family has it, guess what? It's not impossible for you to get it. Okay? If mom, dad, siblings don't have it, maybe an auntie has it. Maybe even a great aunt. And maybe nobody to your knowledge has it. Sometimes things start somewhere. in order to become genetic. So monitor your peace, monitor your emotional, mental well-being. And if someone invites you into a misery lounge, like I say over here, GYGAG, grab your grip and go. It'll come off friendly. And if they come into your space, tell them to leave. Have no qualms about telling people to leave your space. Okay? Have no qualms about that. It doesn't make you anything. Of course, anybody who's escorted out or who's asked to leave or they're going to feel some type of way. Look, don't worry about that. As long as you're not feeling some type of way. You don't need that stress. You don't need that stress, those bad intentions, those bad vibes. So the same way you will leave a place that is stressful, if stressful people come into your place, ask them to leave. Y'all know how it is. It's just like with family at the holidays. It's always, you go, you always meet in their grandmother's house, mother's house, auntie's house, and then you got that one or two that always bring the drama. Drama club. They always bring the drama. It's the drama club. And a lot of times it's a one-man or a one-woman club. And what you do? You leave, right? If you don't leave, you maneuver. You maneuver. And sometimes that's what we have to do. We have to maneuver. Hey, Vanessa. Welcome into the chat, Vanessa. Vanessa says, hi, Rock. Hi, Lines Pride. Sometimes you have to maneuver throughout the house. If they're on the front porch, you go to the back. If they're in the living room, you go to the den. If they're inside, you go outside. If they're outside, you go inside. Same way on social media. You know, when it's your place, your platform on the platform, ask them to leave. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all. And then when you go into other platforms, maneuver accordingly. Nothing wrong with that. A lot of times, people make you feel like you owe them something. You don't. You owe yourself your peace. You owe yourself your peace. You owe yourself your calmness. You owe yourself what this app is meant for. Like I always say, apps were created for positivity. I don't think anybody who created any of these apps created them for negativity. The earth wasn't created for negativity, right? Right? But it's the people. So use your discernment. It's the same on the apps. It's some people. You don't owe anybody anything on the app but yourself. You owe yourself peace of mind. And don't care what they think, because a lot of times people can't even articulate what they think. So don't be bothered by it. Don't let bothered people bother you. And don't let stressed people stress you out. Grab your grip and go if you find yourself in a misery lounge. Grab your grip and grab their grip and tell them to go if they come into your lounge or your happy space or your happy place. Because guess what? We're human. And when we come onto the app, some people are coming onto the app to get away from some of the negativity that they may have faced during the day. Again, I don't think anybody created any app for negativity. But as we know, when people get their hands on something, there's my cactus, y'all. Y'all see it in the dark? There's the cactus. What are you up to, Vanessa? I know you're out supporting everybody. I appreciate you for coming through. Vanessa's always supporting people, and I greatly appreciate you. I don't know, you guys. If you catch this replay, let me know. What did you do for 30 minutes today? Okay. Again, it could be jog, walk, run, your treadmill, your elliptical, your stationary bike, your bike. You could bike around the neighborhood, walk around the room in your home for so many laps, walk around the outside of your home to stay close to home due to the heat. Get too hot, run right inside the house, walk around your garage, walk around the block, skate, dance, swim. What did you do? Play tennis? What did you do? What did you do? There are a lot of things. There are a plethora of things you can do. And like Rock said, I have to remember walking in place. That is one that's so easy. Put your stepper, like Rock does, put your stepper under your desk. See, we drop nuggets over here. And we motivate and we encourage. We just want people to do things their way. There's a way to do anything. There is a way to do anything without doing it the wrong way. And that's when it comes to exercise. That's when it comes to the way you do things. That's when it comes to the way you maneuver. And don't expect to do things to people and then think those people are going to just let it slide by without saying anything. You know, just like exercise. Don't think that you can exercise and think that your body is going to say, okay, you did it twice and you stopped and now I'm going to drop 20 pounds. You know, you have to be realistic in your goals. You have to be realistic in the things that you want for yourself. Vanessa says, thank you, Lions Pride. I did walk around where I worked for a little while. That's good, Vanessa. That's good. See, sometimes even on your lunch break, I know a lot of times some people only have like 30 minutes, which is kind of a good thing, because if you take a light lunch, you know, a lot of people don't like to take a heavy lunch. So if you take light lunches, like a sandwich and a drink, some chips or something, healthy chips, hopefully, but you know, sometimes you got to get what you can get. But if you take something like that, and it'll probably take you like 15 minutes to eat it, maybe 20, then you use those other 10 minutes to kind of walk around the building or walk around inside the place. Especially, like I said, it's hot. So if you can walk around inside the place, that is a start. Do that for the last 10 minutes of your lunch. You get home, all you got to do is another 10, 20 minutes somewhere. And if you don't have time, guess what? At least you've done that. At least you've done those 10 minutes. I always push for 30. And I say no less than 20, because what if something comes up, you can only do 15. But guess what? I also always say, start where you can. You know, start where you can. Start where you can, even if it's 5 minutes. If it's 5 minutes, if you did it, you kept moving consistently for those 5 minutes, guess what? Your mind and your body is going to want to find time to do 10 minutes. Right. Yes, Vanessa, you're going to want to find time to do 10 minutes. And the next thing you know, you'll be doing 15 because it just feels right. You may not even look at the time. You may just remember. I think you may remember some show was coming on and you just left and started walking. You get back and that show's gone off. So you've gotten in 30 minutes. You've gotten in 30 minutes. So the more you do, even if you start at the lower end, the more you'll want to do. And you will build up. You will build up. Your endurance will get better. Your stamina will be better. You'll feel better. And again, always talk with your primary healthcare provider, being your general practitioner, your MD, your doctor, your CRNP, your certified registered nurse practitioner, your PA, your physician's assistant, your physical therapist, your occupational therapist, your weight trainer, your fitness instructor, you know, your nutritionist from a diet standpoint. We all could afford to eat better, right? Maybe we don't all need a nutritionist, but I'm just saying, if you do, they lock arm in arm, right? And form a circle. Think of it that way. They're an atom, and you are the nucleus. You are the nucleus. So, say you know that you have a doctor's appointment coming up, your regular scheduled appointment coming up in a few weeks, but you want to start exercising now. You can still start. We're going to always contact them, but you can still start. You know, start lightly and start high, because you know you cannot get out there and run a marathon just because you were in the military 15 years ago, right? You did that for 20 years, all right, from the time you were 18 to 38, and you got out, and you're now 45. You haven't run since you were maybe 40. Maybe that first 2 years you were out of the military, you ran consistently, just like you were still there. Then you started to slack up a little bit. And then you kind of stopped. And it's been 5, 6, 7 years. Well, you know you just can't jump back out there like that. Hi, SJ. Welcome into the chat. Hola. How are you? Glad to see you today. You know that you just can't jump back, you know, into it like that. So that's even if you were a military person. And we know how physically fit they are and how trained they are. If you're a marathon runner, You haven't done, why do you think they train? They have to train. Some of them are training every day. They are. But that is their job. That is their thing they like to do. That is their sport. So when there's a, a run coming up, guess what? They train harder. They train even more. That is literally their job. So if there's a run coming up and they've been kind of just doing whatever since the last marathon, you know, they cut back a little bit because they aren't running marathons every week. Sometimes they do back-to-back weeks, but they usually aren't running marathons every week. So they slack up a little bit. But when they know that a marathon is so many months away, they go ahead and they start training. They start training. Okay, in 2022, they knew that they were going to be a part of a marathon in 2023, January 2023. Okay, you can bet your bottom dollar around July, they increased the intensity. They went full throttle in training. Okay, the last marathon may have been last January 2022. So they slacked up a little bit, just did their regular thing. See, their regular thing is kind of like, well, we think we're doing good. We're doing every day, right? Okay, so around July, they kick it into high gear. They kick it into high gear because they know that they have a marathon coming up. Okay, so they have to train as well. They're seeking their medical professionals' advice. They're taking their medical professionals' advice just like everybody else. So even if marathon runners have to take it, football players, basketball players have to get their physicals and their regular exams and listen to doctors. What makes people think that they can just jump out and just do it? You can lightly until you go to your appointment and then figure out what you can do. And in that time between your start date, you say, okay, I'm going to start doing this, and your appointment, you'll be able to let the doctor know how you feel when you're at this intensity, how you feel when you're at this intensity, how you feel at this frequency. Well, you were doing it 4 days a week. It seemed like a bit much. You cut back to 2. When 2 seemed like it wasn't getting it for you, you didn't go all the way back to 4, but you went to 3. And now the doctor's saying, okay, maybe you can do 4 again. And you're feeling like you can do 4 or 5. Sometimes it's just a build up. You have to build it up. You have to train. That's you training yourself. The more you do, the more your body, mind, and soul will want to do. 26 tornadoes hit Chicago a week ago. 26? I didn't hear about that. You're good. I'm glad to hear that you're good. I didn't hear about that. I'm glad that you're okay. I'm glad that you're okay. I hope you and your family and friends and everyone in your community is okay. That's a lot. I know that it is possible. I know that it is possible. You know, sometimes they're small tornadoes. The small ones kind of spur up and go down. And then you'll have a couple of major ones. So, yeah, they're all okay. That's good. That's good. Glad to hear that. So yes, guys, move those arms as well as those legs. Okay, think of your body as a machine. If people thought of their bodies as machines, you know, people are quick to go get their cars checked on, right? They're quick to go to the auto body mechanic. They're quick to go to the mechanic, you know, and get their vehicle checked on. Because it's a machine. They feel like it's got to work so that they can get to work. They can get to school. They can get the kids where they need to be. They can get family and friends where they need to be, right? Right? Your body is a natural machine. And even though it's natural, what do you have to do? You have to check on it, okay? You have to get it serviced, okay? Sometimes we might even have to take medicines. Nobody likes to take medicine. We get it. Sometimes the doctor gives you options and they say, well, okay, you don't want to take this blood pressure pill. You don't want to take this cholesterol pill. Are you going to commit to cardiovascular activity 3 to 5 days a week? At least 3 to 5 days a week. And a lot of people will say yeah because they don't want to take that medicine. Okay, 4 months later, 6 months later, they go to the doctor. Some of them will be honest and say, nah, doc, I didn't do it. And some of them will be honest in saying that they did it, and hopefully if they did it and did it consistently, the numbers have improved. And the doctor's like, okay, well, their numbers are improving. Your weight is looking better, so maybe you did what you said, you know. But sometimes your weight can look better, you can even feel better, but the numbers might stay the same. That's when we're getting back to what might be genetics, or it might just be being stubborn, Maybe it's being stubborn. Hey, lovely Samara, I gotta go catch your live. I was at work. I think I got a notification that you were live, so I have to go check out your live. I didn't forget you. I didn't forget you. I think, when was it, yesterday or night before yesterday? It was the day before yesterday. And I don't know if the notification came on time either, because you know how those notifications can be. But I do know that you were live. Just be safe. Let's see. M. Wednesday says, just be safe walking around at night. Stronger machines out there. That is true. That is so true. You are right. You're absolutely right. Thank you. Thank you for those words too, encouraging me to be safe. I appreciate you. I greatly, greatly appreciate you. Thank you so much. It's so refreshing. Such a refreshing chat. Lovely Samara says, hey, Lions in chat. Vanessa speaking to Lovely Samara. Thanks, I was just chilling and today had an audio issue. Lovely Samara says, hey, Vanessa. So you went live today too, Lovely Samara? I think a lot of times, I think we've had this conversation before. Well, I know we've had this conversation before in my chat. Like, people think that people don't, come. Now, of course, people work. For the most part, a lot of people work. And you can't always catch a live while it's live. But sometimes you don't catch it because you don't get notified until it's over. There are some shorts. And I click on the short thinking I'm clicking on a new short. And I see other people have been commenting on the short for 2 or 3 weeks. Sometimes 2 or 3 months. Over the weekend, I saw quite a few shorts that were from like last year, 2 years ago. And they were just on the shorts table. So I applaud YouTube. I thank YouTube for that. There are so many content creators. And then there are so many people who are maybe not really content creators. They're just using the platform for fun. So it takes time sometimes for stuff to cycle around. That's why I know sometimes people fuss about YouTube. I don't get on here and just fuss and clown about no app. I will say, come on, YouTube, sometimes, something like that. But there ain't nowhere in the world I'm going to get on here and fuss and clown about an app that's being offered to me for free. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to show my butt for that. Because while I'm on here complaining about that, I could go down to the local Walmart, work half a shift, and get that money that I'm fussing about that's supposed to hit on the 21st, okay? So now I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is say, I appreciate you, YouTube. Even though I get perturbed sometimes, I appreciate you. You gotta, so YouTube makes its rounds. It's just like with views. Sometimes a person is getting views out the wahoo. And they're really not even doing anything special, exciting. Then their views drop to flop. And then they get upset. I think if you haven't really done something to hit it like that, hit it big, for them to keep pushing you like that, or going viral for them to push you like that, then think of it like this. They're making their rounds. And if you're doing good right now, appreciate that. Accept it. Use it for what it's worth. It's your turn. Because in a month or so, it's going to be somebody else's turn. And yours are going to look a little light. Okay? Yours are going to look a little light. That's why you shouldn't invest your heart, mind, and soul into it as far as a financial standpoint. Never, ever. Because even you got people who make good money who talk about the hits that they take sometimes. I've seen people be on this thing 10 hours, 8 hours, 6 hours. And like I always say, I did a 6-hour live one time, but that damn panel was jumping, y'all. We was just back and forth. It was a good panel. When I say it was jumping, I mean we just had people on it. We were having a good time. So it can happen. I understand that. But you got these people who doing a one-man, one-woman show. And I'm like, You doing this for what now? To get $100 to break the threshold. And then, baby girl, baby boy, go down there to the Target. They hiring all the time. Just tell them you want to work 1 or 2 days a month. Okay? And keep doing your YouTube. Okay? And you can keep doing your YouTube. Just tell them you want to work 1 or 2 days a month. And you don't have to be worried about all the other stuff. So keep going, Samara. Whatever the audio was, I hope it clears up. She says, yeah, this morning, but I was having problems. Okay, YouTube does that a lot, but now they paying attention to smaller. Yeah, it's like everybody gets a turn. They get a turn. And when you're getting that turn, you got to take advantage of it and make the most of it. But don't be out here looking crazy, like, because when it stops, when it's not their turn, and they go around to channels that are a little bit bigger, like, I don't know how they do it, but all of the things that we ask for, like the thumbs up, the subscribing if you haven't, tapping that notification bell, leaving a comment in the chat, leaving a comment when the live is over, all those things that we ask for help to push us. But YouTube owns this thing. Sometimes people have to realize that they're going to do what they want to do, right? All of that will contribute to your success, but there are times when they're just not gonna, they're gonna leave you thirsty. And that's when they're probably pushing the mediocre size channels, the medium size, like the 5,000, 6,000, the 10 to 20,000. Then they go back, because the big ones, they're gonna do what they're gonna do. They're gonna do what they're gonna do. Every now and again they get a little slack, but they're pretty much gonna do what they're gonna do. But the medium size and the smaller channels, YouTube gives them kind of like they showcase you for a while. So when they showcase you, take advantage of it. And when they're showcasing you, sometimes there's going to be some things that still happen that you don't like. That's okay. Take advantage of the fact that they're overall showcasing you. And if the smaller channels are getting it right now, take advantage of it. Don't be fussing all the time. Like I said, I fuss sometimes. But not like some of this stuff. Some of these people, they be hard down mad. Hard down mad. And I'm like, pressure up, the energy's up in a negative way. Man, take that energy down over there to the Walmart. They hiring every day. Make at Walmart, make at McDonald's. And say McDonald's pays $15 an hour in most places. You go there and work 4 hours, that's $60 that you'll get a little bit, but 50 something after taxes? But you fussing and going back with apps. These people are going to run their apps how they want to. But when they are showcasing you, and like Lovely Samara says right now, they're showing the smaller channels love. Accept that love. But just know, when they stop, don't get mad, because guess what? Those that are in the 10K to 20K, 30K, 40K, 50K, they got to still show them some love too. So I'm going to get out of here, you guys. Of course, again, I hope you watch the legs move. I hope they encourage you to move. I hope they motivate you to move in your own way. Okay? You don't need a pen and paper to jot down everything a person says. Research. Study things. And even in your research and the things that you study, take them to your primary healthcare provider. Discuss it. Okay? Discuss it. I'm so happy that YouTube does. Sometimes they'll just put a stop to certain stuff. But some people, they think if they throw up their copyright 107 or they put disclaimer that they're straight. No, that doesn't make you straight, because a lot of times you're still disseminating misinformation, the wrong information. Make sure that the information that you're putting out is good. And don't make sure that it's good just because you Googled it. Go to reputable sources, okay? Reputable sources, the .orgs, the .edus, the .govs, okay? Be able to quote your sources if need be. And let people know that that is what your doctor said for you in your situation. You got some people saying for me, but they hadn't even gone to the healthcare provider. So be careful about who you listen to, and just look at their sentence structure. A lot of times you can just look at their sentence structure and just say, do I need to be listening to this person? Okay? YouTube doesn't hand out diplomas, degrees, certificates. Okay, they allow us the opportunity to share, educational, informational, entertainment things for those purposes only. But it is up to you to make sure that what you are hearing is correct. And even though it's up to us to make sure that what we're hearing is correct and what we're doing is correct, be careful about the things that you put out on social media. If you are not a professional, if you have not worked in particular fields of study, and if you've just listened to other people and copied down what they said or memorized what they said, you have doctors even on here telling you that what they're telling you is just informational purposes only. Contact your particular healthcare provider. And we have done that from day one. It's not something we're just adding to the adding to the screen, okay? Right. Samara says, yeah, this morning YouTube does that. Okay, I got that part. Thanks, I needed that. WebMD. Yes. And a lot of the things that you find, that's why I say look at the .orgs, the .govs, and the .educations, the EDUs. And there are some good sources with .coms and .nets, but you just have to make sure that they are good. And a lot of the times, it's not that the information is bad or misinformation, it's information that's being given in a broad sense for the general population. So it's just information that's being given in a broad sense for the general population, and we're supposed to take those nuggets, because that's what they are as well, they're nuggets, and we take them to our healthcare provider, and we decipher, we study, and figure out what's what. And do that even before you go to the doctor, because guess what? That'll save time. Doctors are really busy, and sometimes, we feel like they're rushing us or they don't have a lot of time. Well, if you get the information that you want to know and kind of get it in as compact of a form as you can, when you take it to him, hopefully you'll get all the answers that you need to know. And if he doesn't have time, hopefully he will have a great nurse practitioner. He'll have a great physician's assistant, or even a great head nurse or nurse that can help. Maybe someone in your family that can help lead you into the right way. Okay? Because we're not in school on here. We're not in school. A lot of these people don't have uh, they don't have a trainer's certificate. They don't. So they're definitely jumping on the bandwagon and the trend of what they're hearing. They don't have trainer's certificate. They don't have medical certificates or licenses. They have not been educated properly, to be disseminating information. Make sure that you always get it from a reputable source. And then, even then, when you get it from a reputable source, people are all different. People are all different. And so the way it works for you, even though it's a great theory, it's a great treatment or a great plan, sometimes it still has to be manipulated for each person in a different way. Okay? Yes, Vanessa, sometimes like the information is good, but it has to be manipulated, switched up, changed up to fit each individual. So what we're doing is basically giving broad general information, giving you some nuggets to begin with, to start with, and you go out and pick those nuggets, pick them up out of the chat. But also when you go and start researching, pick through those nuggets and figure out what you need to talk with your healthcare team about. Because again, the team is the atom and you are the nucleus. So on that note, I'm about to get out of here. Thank you, Vanessa, lovely Samara. Rock Just Living, my moderator, came through here. That says it's JGY. And I don't be want to say the wrong thing. So I say it's Joy, it's Jiggy. I don't know. Let me know. I welcome you. You know I love it when you come into the chat, but I want to get your name right. There are quite a few new people. Zamina, Joshua, Retirement Days came through. Drip Kid 40. Thank you to all the people that came through and left a comment. I appreciate you. So on that note, you guys have a great night. Have a blessed night. Get somewhere. It's late. I know it's kind of late, but look, it's never too late to take in a few deep breaths in and out. Okay? Okay, y'all, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about that. I just went mute real quick, y'all. My neighbor just came out and started talking, so I didn't want to, I don't like to. I didn't have time to say, hey, I'm online, I'm on live. So he just came out and started talking. But again, I thank each and every one of you guys for coming through. I appreciate you. Oh, the new people, my day one people, my people who've been here for a long time. It doesn't matter how long. I appreciate each and every one of you because you decided to spend some time here with me. You could have been doing anything else, and a lot of you were doing some other things. So if you made me a part of your multitasking, I definitely appreciate you. Okay, because we're busy. We have things to do. Sometimes we have to multitask. So if I can be one of your tasks, I appreciate it. If being a part of the live is one of your tasks, I definitely appreciate you. All right. And I will see you guys again, if it's the Lord's will, tomorrow on the next Let's Walk and Talk Live. And, okay, good night, Vanessa. Vanessa says good night, Lounge Pride in chat. So I see y'all then. Okay. Bye, y'all.